What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back, speaking my sports talk. All right, guys. Doggone it. Damn cap won't on right, man. Spilled my. Didn't have my cap right on, guys. Spilled my coffee on my doggone hand. All right, man. So I haven't been talking about my boy much lately. Teofimo Lopez. Good morning to you, everyone. I had to make sure we get back uh on YouTube live specifically because man, I tell you guys when we get on StreamYard, I just lose my mind, and it seemed like I eased right back into it. We were doing pretty good for the first couple of days, and then I eased right back into it. 4 hours, you know, the last 3 lives we did, y'all. 7 hours, 4.5 hours, 6.5 hours. This is why sometimes you got to do lives like this. Because if I get on stream, y'all, once we get to talking, bro, I can talk this boxing shit for days, months, years. And that's what happened yesterday. So we got to make sure these morning shows here, bro. Because if I open that panel up, we ain't never going to stop, dog. I wrote Monty Brown in the building. What's good with you? I was ready to click on the damn link like I'm on StreamYard. What's up, my brother? Hey, man. That was a good ass live last night. I'm getting old, Monty. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I used to be able to pull these hours left and right. Dog, I'm getting old, bro. I was sitting there like I was on the live, and I was like, damn, going to sleep. I was like, damn, Monty, I gotta go. You know, old man, that's that old man syndrome. Plus, I think I'll be doing this like because I'm doing this Monday through Friday, right, Monty? And I'm getting up a little earlier and then pumping these lives out. So, man, I swear, bro, I used to be up like 2, 3 in the morning all the time. You know, on my live sometimes over there with punching them. You know, all these guys just around, but dog, my eyes get so heavy at 10:30, 11 o'clock now. It's crazy, bro. Crazy. Like I said, I just chalk that up to getting old, bro. I embrace that age though, fam. You know what I mean? Iceman in the building. It's all respect. I appreciate it. Love. Oh, yeah, all day, bro. All day. Monty Brown TV. And if y'all haven't been over there, get over there to my man, Monty Brown. He ain't no this. He's not that. He's not no group. He is Monty Brown TV. And it's official. I always tell you guys, I ain't going to tell you to go nowhere that ain't official, especially if I ain't there. Oh, I'm on Monty and been on Monty. Was just on Monty last night, damn it. So, yeah. Y'all hit my brother up, man. I'm telling you, accept the truth. Because Monty gonna give you the truth, man. LT, good morning to you. Yeah, man, you know it, LT. You know it. You was everywhere yesterday too, won't you, LT? Damn, everywhere I went, I see you pop up. Well, yeah, let's dig into this, dog. Let's dig into this. So, George Kambosos Jr. I'll start with the Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos Jr. Um, and look, man, I don't like these fighters should have confidence in themselves, right? Uh, I don't really have a problem with that. But I was just talking about Josh Taylor going in here with Jose Ramirez, right? And I was saying how it appears to me Josh Taylor may be overlooking Jose Ramirez, talking about fighting Teofimo, beating him up, showing him respect, and talking about, you know, Crawford need a dance partner, I'll tango, and all of this nonsense, but not focused on Jose Ramirez. So this was yesterday. With Josh Taylor, you know, there's a level of arrogance, but at least he's sitting at the top of that 147 or 140-pound division. He and Jose Ramirez. George Kambosos Jr. must have flipped his wig. And shout out to you, Jed Kyle. I'm getting ready to talk about your boy a little bit, bro. George Kambosos Jr. must have flipped his wig because, not your boy, but, you know, your hometown guy. He's talking about entertaining a Ryan fight, telling Ryan he'll get first crack when he beats Teofimo Lopez. And, you know, again, I was just saying that this was a mistake by Josh Taylor to be talking that way, right? Josh should be focused on uh Jose Ramirez, not talking about. Now you got Kambosos Jr. I don't know what's wrong with these guys, but win the fight first, and then you do a whole article, a whole interview, and you're talking about Ryan Garcia and how he would potentially look, and how he would potentially look against Tank and the rest of the guys. And here's another thing: George Kambosos Jr. He put Devin Haney down here, which is why he was talking about the fight with Ryan. I'll share a little bit of that with you. Uh, he said he feels like if his next opponent after he beats Teofimo Lopez needs to be a warrior, needs to be a lion. And he said he'll give Ryan Garcia first crack, which he has Haney here. He spoke on Haney briefly. And talking, he said basically this is his first fight. This is the first thing he's even done at 135. And he really has very little respect for Haney and what he brings to the table. And I just found that interesting. But I do feel like George Kambosos Jr. should focus on the man ahead. And look, kid, you got an uphill battle. Crazy, because he did a fine job against Lee Selby. But Lee Selby has success against you. It's not like he washed and walked through Lee Selby. I don't see George Kambosos Jr. winning this fight. I see him getting stopped. But his level of confidence is, his level of confidence is unbelievable to me. With Teofimo Lopez, he just did an interview with Fight Hype, concerning this fight with George Kambosos Jr. Now you got Teofimo sitting up here with all the marbles, right? All the belts except the WBC belt. And he's talking about, getting through George Kambosos Jr. He was asked a question about Haney, and he touched on it briefly and said, I'm not really trying to talk about these guys. And this is the champion. So it seems like the champion is more focused on the guy that's getting ready to be in front of him. And the challenger is talking elsewhere. And that makes it worse for Kambosos Jr. Because, again, kid, you had an uphill battle. Extremely a steep hill at that. Now that you're talking about all the fighters and all of that, man, George Kambosos Jr. Lopez Sr. picked the third round. That crazy bastard. He said that kid ain't gonna see past 3 rounds. Hey, everybody smash that like for me. I ain't even sure, I'm not gonna. I can see that. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked at the fight fully yet. Don't need to do too much film. Probably, I don't really need to do any film on Teofimo. I need to look at George Kambosos Jr. and see what he could potentially bring to the table. I need to watch that Lee Selby fight a couple of times, but I'm thinking like 5, 6 or less, bro. I don't see him making half that. I don't see George Kambosos Jr. making it through half that fight, to tell you the truth. So whatever my pick is going to be 6 or less. That's for sure. LT, my man, Jack Kyle, what's good with you? Iceman said, this is normal for D, always grinding. Yes, sir. Gotta grind. Gotta get it, bro. Gotta get it. Jack Kyle said, Taylor better not overlook Ramirez. He will end up in an ambulance. Yeah, but he has been. Be right back. About to drop a video on my. Okay, yeah. Now I'm okay. Hey, bro, we was looking at. I'm gonna talk to you about that, Monty. My wife and I, we going to Africa. But yeah, that's what's up, bro. I didn't even know it was like that. Lee Selby is a featherweight as well. Yeah, that one didn't mean much at one time. It didn't mean much. And let's say that he was legitimate. You know what? He was legitimate, but let's say he was just 135, right, Jet? He wasn't one of the upper echelon guys. Lee Selby is legitimately a domestic level fighter. And so, bro, you can't go tooth and nails with a domestic level fighter. Then take a world class fighter, because Teofimo definitely a world class fighter, and overlook him. And again, when these guys are doing articles and stuff, not just one, too, guys. So I'm not. This is not just coming from a place of a single article or interview or video. He's talked about this more than once, and to me, it's just a lack of focus, bro. Maybe it's because he's young, but I see a lot of these kids doing it these days. I just think that it's a mistake. LT said Teofimo gonna rock the belly button out of Kambosos. Oh man, yeah, I think he's gonna beat him up. I think he's gonna beat him up too. LT. Martin Ramos in the building. Miamaro, what's good with you? What's good, Martin? Um, Kambosos is only domestic level as well. I feel Lopez will clap him. Yeah, yeah, man. I like Kambosos Jr. though. I like his heart, right? And I do think that one of the main reasons I think Kambosos Jr. is going to get knocked out is because he's coming to fight. And he said it, and I believe him. And, a couple of the fights that I did watch him, that's what he does. He comes to fight, which he doesn't have the speed, he doesn't have the reflexes, he doesn't have the footwork or the skill set to get in an all-out war like that without getting caught from Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez is too sharp. He recognizes fighters and their tendencies very well. What they're going to do. He picks up on that. He utilizes that. He gets a reaction out of these guys. He makes them react. That's what makes Teofimo so special. George Kambosos Jr., he doesn't have too much to counteract that. He doesn't have too much to offset Teofimo. I don't know what George Kambosos Jr. brings to the table to throw Teofimo off of like rhythm when he establishes rhythm. I'm not sure what it is George Kambosos Jr. could do to win this fight. I can't pull it out. Like I can try, but I can't. Let me see. Kambosos domestic. Okay, it said D Kambosos is like A grade. I can't see that. Katsita, do you remember him? Briefly, rarely, but yeah. Let me say this about George Kambosos Jr. Watching him fight, when I was looking at that fight with Lee Selby, here's one thing I know about George Kambosos Jr. He's a tough guy, and it's this. He's an animal, bro. He's like one of those fighters, Jake Kyle, where it's like his persona in the ring is why I think he definitely gets stopped by Teofimo Lopez. This dude don't have like much back on. There's gonna be no back foot game. I don't even think he knows how to utilize a back foot game because he ain't gonna fight like that. George Kambosos Jr. is a guy that wants to brawl. Worst thing he can be with Teofimo Lopez. He can scrap now. He can scrap. I'll give him that. And you look at him, he can scrap. You can't get into a brawl with Teofimo Lopez. You see when Lomachenko stayed away from the dude the first 6 rounds. It's a reason. People say, oh, Loma was scared. Loma was scared. Loma was cautious. He was smart. It wasn't about fear. And I'm not saying that George Kambosos is not smart, but his style of fighting is going to get him knocked out. And I'm not, I've looked, is he going to change that up overnight? No, it's his style of fighting. It's that pressure. It's the way he comes. And the fact that he's defensively irresponsible, he's going to get knocked out, bro. He's going to get knocked out. It's not about overhyping TO or being a TOT fanboy. It's about looking at these fighters, and George Kambosos Jr. is going to be knocked out. That's how I see this fight. Jay Triller in the building. What's good? Goerge will not win the exchange with Tio. No, no, exactly, exactly. And he's going to get in there, and that's what he's going to be looking to do. Jay Triller, you know, uh, he may try to box Tio a little. Well, we've seen with Lomachenko, Tio's a good boxer. He can pump the jab, but Tio going to be bringing it to him too. So Tio would never even allow him to get into any kind of rhythm or anything like that. Tio going to bring it to him. I just really can't see George Kambosos Jr. winning this fight. I just thought it was interesting, by some miracle he pulls off the upset. His initial reaction was that Ryan Garcia gets first crack. And when he broke that down, he said because he would have fought Teofimo Lopez, which is a lion he knows is a good fight, and the next one in line at 137 or 135 was Ryan Garcia. He said Tank's good, but Ryan Garcia. Didn't mention Lomachenko, but Ryan Garcia. And from a fighter to a fighter, George Kambosos Jr. said he sees Ryan as a bigger challenge for him than Devin Haney. A lot of these guys, he said he's not impressed with who Devin Haney's been in the ring with, and he wasn't really, with the Gamboa situation. He says Devin Haney has to look impressive against Linares because this is his first valid fight. And this is how George is looking at Devin Haney. He says the reason he would pick Ryan over Haney, he knows Haney has the belt, but he says when I beat Teofimo Lopez, I'll have all the belts. I'll have, all the marbles. So he said he understands that Devin Haney has the belt, but Ryan Garcia poses him as the tougher opponent. And see, which is why Devin Haney has to win this fight, in my opinion, in impressive fashion, bro. He can't have that lackluster, mediocre performance like he had against Yurikus Gamboa. He has to win quite impressively here. Teofimo Lopez was doing an interview on Fight Hype, and the interviewer tried to bait Teofimo Lopez in to kind of say that Devin Haney needs to do something again. Now, here's something I gave my boy all kind of heat before, right? When I was talking about when I talked about him fighting I don't know what just happened there. When I talked about him saying Devin Haney needs to go fight someone. So in this Fight Hype interview, and maybe somebody else on his PR team or somebody in this camp got to him too. And, told him to watch those words because the guy interviewing him tried to bait him into that. Bait him into saying that Devin Haney needs to do something first. And Tio pulled back from that. And that's what I'm talking about, because he never needed to say that in the beginning, which is why I gave him flame over there. I was like, you let Bob Arum talk about who your opponents need to fight, and he can do that for financial reasons. But you as a fighter, you don't worry about who they fight. They want that smoke, you beat the hell out of them. So this interview tried to bait Teofimo back into that. And this was Teofimo's response this time on Devin Haney and what type of performance he has to have versus Linares. Teofimo merely said Devin Haney knows what he has to do, and the fans know what they want. So he can go in there, beat Jorge Linares, and I'll let the fans decide. Well, to me, the fans have already decided, and the interviewer picked up on that too. Teofimo Lopez is going to fight Devin Haney next, bro. If Bill don't come up with these wild reasonings and excuses and everything, they will be fighting next. They will be fighting next. Should he beat Kambosos Jr.? Now, we all expect him to beat Kambosos Jr., but there it is. There it is. So hopefully both of these guys get, because I would much rather see Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney. I hope Jorge Linares doesn't come in here and upset the kid. There's a huge possibility that he could come in here and upset Devin Haney because we haven't seen Devin Haney on the level. You could go by the eye test. You could go by the eye test, but there's been plenty of fights that look good on paper. The eye test is basically is almost like what it is on paper, right? Because you've not seen this guy in the ring with the higher level competition. Jorge Linares, although is older, is definitely Devin Haney's best competition to date. Definitely got to put him over Yuriorkis Gamboa. How did the sanctioning bodies go about choosing mandatory? You know what, Iceman? They probably have some written down rule, right? But I'm going to tell you this right now. Anybody want to debate this, don't believe this, we can come talk about it. Y'all can come talk about it at 1 o'clock on the later show. They go by where the money goes, right? Whatever scenario or situation. These mandatories are random as fuck. The only sanctioning body I think that may not be let me see, forced into or have certain mandatories given because of money is the IBF. But here's my reasoning for that. Because their mandatories are so ridiculous. Like nobody would even pay for the guys that they put as mandatory. But the rest of them, the WBA, the WBO, the WBC, especially Suleiman, crazy ass Iceman, they wake up, they have a dream about it. Their child tells them to fight. So like I don't think they have any process. It's who they want to put in the ring. Cause there's no rhyme or reason to these sanctioning bodies. Sometimes you look around like my guy Spence. I'll use my guy because people always get mad. Hey, y'all smash that light for me. People always get mad. What the hell was Kambosos Jr.? Not Kambosos Jr. Fuck. Ocampo. Carlos Ocampo. Why was he ever a mandatory? And you question yourself about the IBF. Like, what the hell? Carlos Ocampo was a domestic level Mexican fighter. The dude never stepped foot nowhere out of Mexico. He shouldn't have been no damn mandatory. So sometimes it make you wonder, do they just wake up? Do they have a dream? Is it they do it on a hunch? Do they put a bunch of names in the bowl in their office and just pull one out? That's something that I have no clue. Because I believe even if we went to the site right now and read it rule for rule, especially with the WBC again, because at the end of all of their rulings, at the WBC's discretion. So what does that tell you, Iceman? They can have all the rules they want about how they pick a mandatory, but then it'll come at the WBC's discretion. Fans are never going to be pleased with mandatories anyway. They'll always have something to say, which is why I don't really think these sanctioning bodies give two shits, to tell you the truth. Uh, Fans are always going to have something to say. They're always going to be upset about who the man Kambosos, not Kambosos Jr. Amvi Yildirim, Canelo Alvarez. Look, Canelo, he it wasn't his mandatory, but look what he was actually the mandatory for David Benavidez. Had David Benavidez not lost his belt on the scale, he would have had to fight Amvi Yildirim. But that was the mandatory. So Suleiman upheld that mandatory and left Andy Yildirim in place. Had Suleiman changed it, which he could have changed it to another easy opponent, people would have complained about that. So these sanctioning bodies, bro, they're just as bad as the damn promoters. That's why they're a huge part of the issues in this game. 5 Alive in the building. What's up? Boots will stop lipping yes round 6. My prediction as well. The prediction league had me at the top 5 this year, Mr. Pigeon. Good, bro. Y'all get in there. Get in there. I'm coming back with vengeance because I had a bad season. I can't even have that shit, bro. Jay Triller, I think George is coming to fight, but Tio will work them angles. And yeah, he's a little bit his footwork. Yup, there you go. Key point right there, Jay Triller. I hadn't even went to it yet, mentioned it, but that's the advantage, footwork. That's the clear advantage with Teofimo and Lopez. I mean, we know the power and all of that, blah, 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 blah. Their footwork is the most important advantage in that fight, and George just don't got it, bro. Ronald Finkley was good. Appreciate you, Fink. Ronald with the super chat this morning. 5 Alive said Jed Kyle join the prediction league next season. All y'all join the prediction league right now. We're in season 11. And it's a good idea to join right now because you can get a hang of how things work. So yeah, join right now. That's the best time to join. He said, how about we just bet? Come on, Jed. You know enough about boxing. Stop being scared, man. Get in that league. B, East B in the building. What's good? He said, salute D in chat. Salute to you, B. G-Man Boxing in the building. What's up? G-Man Boxing, get over there. Like I always say, if you ain't over there, you ain't subscribed, what the hell you waiting on? Go check out my man G-Man Boxing. Best in the building. Realist Boxing Talk, Ron. Appreciate you, fam. Always. Ness Mendoza. What's good with you? Mama, what's good? Ness. Boxing Sean. Boxing with Sean. What's good with you, brother? Good to see you, Sean. He says Lopez ain't getting beat by Kambosos. Oh, no. Exactly, Sean. Not happening, fam. Let me catch up, guys, because I know I'm way behind. Problem solved. Ronald Finkley, salute my brother, Iceman. Eho Sean, Eho Park. If I pass you, bro, I didn't see you. What's good? Eho Park in the building. What's good? What's good? Mr. G Man, Jed Kyle. On a serious note, it's great fun. It's great fun, Jay. Oh yeah. The league is absolutely nice. Ness. All right, let me make sure you guys give a shout outs. I love that, bro. Everybody saluting each other. Great weekend ahead. Yeah. Excellent cards, bro. Excellent cards, excellent fights. So many fights. Erwin Ankahas is fighting Jared Anderson, FL Jogba, Savannah Marshall, Ebane Bridges finding himself in Shannon Courtney fighting. Bro, like Jerron and his boots it's lit. It's absolute lit this weekend. Fire. We're gonna have another great weekend. And guys, we're in April already. After this month is over, the first quarter of the year, the first third of the year, I'm sorry, it's kaput. We already finished. Fire. First third of the year, already fire. Think about that. We already passed the first quarter of the year. It's good. The first 3 months of boxing was spectacular. Spectacular. Can't ask for no more. Boxing back, baby. Shout out to the people top of the morning. That's Mendoza. Great day up. 5 Alive. How you been? Damn, you guys are really. Kambosos earned this shot. Okay, boxing with Sean. Yes, let's talk about that. I think he did. And you know, a lot of people want Haney and want. You know what, Sean? Fans don't realize this. So let's look at George Kambosos Jr., right? Let's turn George Kambosos Jr. into Errol Spence Jr. When he was up and coming at welterweight, and you had Keith Thurman and Sean Porter and all of these guys fighting each other and leaving Errol Spence out of the mix, right? And Errol Spence fans was like, oh, hold on one second. Sorry about that. I had to cough and spit. Now, and so let me get back to it. And so Errol Spence was coming up, and Spence wanted Porter and Thurman and Garcia and these guys, and this is what the younger fighters want. Virgil and Boots wants Crawford and Spence in them. But what was it that the fans of these guys, what is it that they wanted? Maybe the fans of those guys wanted to see them fight this guy, give this guy rematches. Something like what we have going on in the situation now with Kambosos Jr. He's a mandatory. He earned his shot, but it's not really what the fans want. You got fans complaining about this fight. You got Bill Haney running around making up these scenarios of, even though it's a mandatory, why Teofimo Lopez still ducked Haney. So if you leave it to the fans, They like F Kambosos Jr. All of his hard work, they ready to strip that opportunity away from him. You know, I do agree with you, Sean. I believe he earned his spot, but I was just saying in general though, with I was answering Iceman's question. Sometimes I don't know how they arrive at these mandatories. You know, um, hell, Dillian White earned his shot. Why the fuck was Dominic Brazil the mandatory, right? So again, sometimes we just don't know why, But with George, I'm not taking anything away from George, Sean. I agree with you. He beat Lee Self. Look, George Kambosos Jr. Look, I'll throw this one out, Sean. This was gonna make people mad. George Kambosos Jr. has done more than Devin Haney. Think about that. So damn right he's earned his shot. He's literally at 135 done more than Devin Haney. Period. So if he's done more than the WBC champ, you gotta accept that he's earned his shot, right? Now it's Jay Cooley. What's good? What's up? Okay, Jay. Upset coming. Which one? Linares or Kambosos Jr.? I would assume that you're saying Linares. Could be. I think I pick Haney, but that in these two fights, that's the more likely upset. Jay Cooley. I know you going there with it. Mandatory bodies is for the sanctioning fees. It's business. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You know that. You know that, Ness. It always comes down to the guapola. Boxing with Sean. IBF still hasn't forced Spence fight. Well, who is it? Who is the mandatory for the IBF? That isn't because I got the Campo situation has to be past due, right? Sean, do you know if they pushed anything back? Because I haven't really read anything concerning the IBF, but do you know if they pushed anything back due to the pandemic? Could be something they'll do with that because the WBO was locked up with Usyk, but in a couple of their situations, Sean, they've pushed mandatories back. Mauricio Suleiman has pushed mandatories back because of this pandemic situation. And I'm not saying that that's the case. I haven't read anything on it, Sean, but it could be that. It could be that they push some of these mandatories back, or Spence would benefit from them pushing the mandatory back because of COVID and the accident. So, like, I know we want to force mandatories and we want them to keep the same energy with all the guys, and I'm with you there, Sean. But hell, I'm a Spence fan, so I'm not gonna be gung ho on the IBF pushing the mandatory on him. Yeah, he was an idiot to get into the accident. Yes, that's his fault. You got to blame him for drinking and driving, but it's still a factor, bro. So you had that time, you had the COVID-19. So I don't know. Money, it all comes down to money. So, I'm not sure, Sean, but yeah, it's got to be past the time frame for mandatory to come up for Spence. We do know that the IBF will strip. So whoever they make, you know what, Sean, check this out. Something that'll piss fans off. Spence beats you guys, and then he has to fight the IBF mandatory. Which people will be livid because it's supposed to be Crawford next. Crying. Which I can appreciate because we won't get Crawford and Spence again. But Sean, as you mentioned that's what could happen. Or that's what Al and them could finagle to even further delay, further marinate the fight, Sean. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's got to satisfy the IBF or it won't be undisputed with him and Crawford anyway. Then he takes this fight. Then he and Crawford don't fight till 2022. Maybe the end of this year, but who knows, man. But yeah, Sean, good point. Check out Champ EZ22 at yahoo.com. Yeah, everybody who want to join the prediction league, that's it. Go to Champ EZ, check out, put the email address, or if you have a Facebook page, just go to Fantasy Boxing Prediction League on Facebook. Like the page, go to the picks, put in the message you want to join the league, put your picks in there with it. you're in there. Champ will get you right in there. Really easy. Free league, doesn't cost any money. You can win money, but it doesn't cost you money. So you guys check it out. Ronald says X sanctioning bodies. Wait a minute. X out sanctioning bodies and give the networks bracket they have to follow. Nah, hell no, bro. You can't give the networks. Hey, babe, you can't give the networks that power. No, sir, Ron. I don't agree with that one. I think it would be even a worse travesty if you took the power from the sanctioning bodies, their power, and handed it to the networks. No. I don't know about that one, Ron. I mean, I know we want to eliminate some of these roadblocks, but golly, bro, you guys. At first, we moving like inches in the chat, and then y'all just come out, boom, 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 left and right. All right, look, let me catch up, bro. I'm gonna miss some comments, but I want to shout out everybody stepping in the building. 5 Alive, Zabel in the building. What's good with you, Zabel? Kambosos beat Mickey Bay. Yeah, and shit Selby. Yeah, Haney's trainer now. Mickey Bay, yeah. J Dave, what's up? What's up, J Dave in the building? Radari, what's good with you? Daniel Dubois versus Frank Sanchez. Yeah, Frank will beat Dubois up. Jay Cooley upset coming. What's good? What's good? All right, I'm sliding down, guys. I'm sliding down, trying to catch up. I'll get to y'all chats. I just don't want to miss nobody. Mando Solo in the building. What's good with you? Quadratilo Abdul-Kakarov has been the mandatory prior to the virus. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you just mentioned that. I'm glad you just mentioned that, Sean. It was an eliminator fight. That's what happened with that. I'm glad you just mentioned that. Now I mentioned Quadratilo was supposed to be the mandatory. He was supposed to fight Sergey Lipinets. Remember, that fight fell apart, Sean. When that fight fell apart, the mandatory was going to be established with Sergey Lipinets and Custio Clayton, which that fight went to a draw. So they currently don't have a mandatory. That's what the situation is with the WB, with the IBF. And when you mentioned Kudratilo Abdul-Kakarov, you just reminded me of that. Because Kudratilo, if y'all don't remember, Kudratilo Abdul-Kakarov and Sergey Lipinets initially was supposed to fight. That was going to be an eliminator for Spence, right? Or to place one of those guys as mandatory for Spence. Basically what Ryan and Javier is doing right now, which is beyond me, because either of them could have had Haney right away. Anyhow, that was the situation. And then Kudratilo Abdul-Kakarov could not make the fight. Sergey Lipinets ended up having to fight the guy out of Canada, Custio Clayton. And the winner of that fight was supposed to assume that position. But then they went to a majority draw. So both of them couldn't assume the position. So now we're moving forward from here. So I don't know. I don't know what the IBF, but it's definitely maybe if someone gets into a fight with Kudratilo Abdul-Kakarov, maybe they'll set an eliminator up now, Sean. But when you brought up Abdul-Kakarov, that just hit me with what was going on with that situation. Pigeon, what's good with you, Pigeon? All right, let me see. Hard Recoil in the building. What's good? What's good? Let me slide down, guys. I'm not skipping y'all comments on purpose. I was just way too far behind. I hate trying to catch up like that. Yeah, Frank Sanchez, Adari, I think he's too much. We just watched what happened with Dubois and Joe Joyce. Frank Warren didn't bring this kid up right. So Dubois has to, go back to the drawing board, as they say. You know what I'm saying? That's what Dubois needs to do. He needs to get back to the drawing board. Is DSG going to 154 too? Danny Garcia either go to 154 or shut the hell up. Because I really don't. Look, man, I no disrespect to Danny Garcia, but I think 154 is a ridiculous move for him. And what is he going to do at 154 with that no-look hook? Danny dropped the ball on every big fight he had at 147. He dropped the ball. He fell short. What is he going to do at 154? It's not like Danny is punishing himself to make 147. Yeah, you got pop at 147, but your knockout slowed down even. He's not the greatest boxer. Who does he beat at 154? I think Patrick Teixeira got a chance to beat Danny Garcia, and he ain't the guy there. Tim Tszyu dogs him. Jamel Charlo dogs him. Tony Harrison dogs him. Jared Hurd, too damn big. Brian Castano dogs him. I don't see Danny Garcia doing shit at 154, but getting beat up. So I think that either he tries to, why don't they just get in there with Crawford? Like these guys are, man, I'm so sick and tired of a lot of these guys at the PBC. Danny Garcia contemplating going up to 154 to get beat the hell up. Just fight Crawford then. He turned around and walked away from Crawford in the initial offer, but that's because he and Spence had already agreed in principle to fight each other. That was way back in January, which I put a video up about that before it happened, and then they ended up fighting each other. People were like, oh, Danny Garcia, but they agreed in principle before Crawford ever got into his fight, or before he ever fought Granados and Spence ever fought Sean Porter. It was in January 25th. They shook hands and agreed in principle to see each other, which means they weren't really going to fight Crawford to begin with, which makes more sense why Danny Garcia, when Bob and them just gave him that offer, people was like, damn, he didn't even renegotiate or send a counter offer or nothing because he had no intentions. They'd already agreed in principle with Spence to fight. So it was no reason for him to even entertain a fight with Crawford, right? So you ain't gonna fight Crawford, or you proved that you didn't want to fight Crawford. What is he jumping around the board for? You just fought Spence. No sense in you fighting a rematch with Porter or Thurman. And you talking about moving to a weight class where you really can't compete outside of fighting Crawford? This is ridiculous with these guys, bro. They scared of Crawford, fam. With Spence, my guy Spence, I ain't saying he's scared of Crawford. I don't think Sean Porter is scared of Crawford. But a lot of these guys are just terrified of the dude. They don't want to fight him. To me, Danny Garcia is putting himself in a worse situation instead of fighting Crawford. That's exactly what he's doing. He said he is putting himself in a worse situation than fighting Crawford. A lot of the Tony Harrison, to me, remember, styles make fights. I don't care that Tony Harrison's chinny at 154 or whatever. But Tony Harrison, because of his boxing acumen, his height, his size, Tony Harrison's tall. It's like 6'2", 6'3". Tony Harrison is a much more dangerous opponent for Danny Garcia than Terrence Crawford. He is. Tony Harrison can box. He can box his ass off. I don't know what Danny Garcia has in mind. I really don't. D, you read what I mentioned the wrong way. All right, my bad, Ronald. My bad. Brennan Smith, what's good? What's good? See, I talk too much on one topic. That's why I stay behind. Bone Key, who Caleb Plant fighting next? Who knows? Who cares? I don't think Bone Key, I don't think he plans on fighting anyone. I think he plans on sitting around and claim he's focusing and training on Canelo. I don't think he's going to fight anyone until the Canelo fight comes around. Plus, with venues and stuff being difficult, Caleb Plant not trying to do anything with himself, bro. Damn, that name is a mouthful to say. Credit to D. Salute to. How you talking about? Yeah, Kujatilo Abdulkakarov. Yeah, he's got a interesting name there for sure. There, Jet. That's some different action from the IBF. Yeah, for sure. Sean, for sure. Bon Key. After Kujatilo Abdulkakarov beat Collazo, he was the man though. Yeah, but then Sean, remember when they were setting him up with Sergey Lipinets, they made that fight for, and then when Kujatilo fell off, they made Lipinets Costeo Clayton the winner of that fight was supposed to be for that position. So then you had Cujo Tilo out, and then you had a draw with Custio Clayton and Lipin Yates. And I haven't heard anything since that, Sean. Boxing, G Man Boxing said that's a bad idea for DSG to go to. Well, absolutely horrible idea to me, G Man. I see no sense in it. And then you ask yourself, who can he beat? Who can he beat there? I don't get it. DSG is a weirdo. Well, if you're talking about the content creator, precisely. If you're talking about the fighter, it's just prima donnas, all of these guys. Remember when DSG was trying to make a fight with Sam Eggington? I do remember that. What the hell was that about, bro? Yeah, man, I don't know. He didn't even look so great against Red Catch, which I knew Danny Garcia. And that's another thing. Y'all remember the fight, him and Ivan Red Catch? Just think about it, bro. It's the same Ivan Red Catch that got dropped by Tank Davis in sparring. Not like it's a tough, durable world beater, Ivan Red Catch. And Danny Garcia looked terrible against him, man. He's going to get hurt bad at 154 if he goes there, bro. That's what I think. The boss is young enough to polish his skills, but heart is another question. I don't question his heart, fam. I don't question his heart. I'll tell you guys too. Again, fans are ridiculous sometimes when it comes to this sport. You see guys in the past, well, this guy did this, he had this injury, he did that. So the fuck what? He was willing to risk his body more permanent damage than the next man. You can't get mad at the next man because he's not willing to risk. They have these athletes have life after entertaining you, dumbass fans that don't want to give respect to. When they go to the doctor and the doctor says that they could have potentially lost their eye, I said the same thing about Daniel Dubois and Jamel Herring. Did they quit their fights? Yes, they quit. I ain't arguing no quit. I'm not a fan of either of these guys. I'm not trying to defend or protect them. Yeah, they quit the fight. To me, they justifiably quit. A lot of fans like, no, fuck that, you don't quit. You don't quit, it's a sucker move. No, F you, fam. And the reason I say that, because Daniel Dubois and Jamel Herring were told, they both had detached retinas. Daniel Dubois had a shattered fucking eye socket. They both had detached retinas, but here's something significant. They was both told they may not have been able to see anymore had they kept going. So F all of you fans that want somebody to potentially go blind. To hell with you guys, bro. Yeah, they quit, but let's be reasonable here. These guys got life after boxing, and I don't give a damn. So yeah, they quit, but I'm not holding it against them. I'm not gonna sit here and say he's heartless, he's a coward, and all of this dumb shit like that, bro. Fans go overboard with it. Amanda Solo, I'm not coming at you. You can feel about Daniel Dubois all you want to feel about him. But you're hearing freaking bones crackling in your head, something you ain't used to hearing every time Joe Joyce punch him. I bet you this is next to him. This is bones next to his head, guys. I bet you every time. And y'all talk about he quit. Yeah, fuck y'all with that dumb shit, bro. I wish I could see one of you guys in a position where every time somebody punch you, you hear bones crackling and all they tell you, just say you quit. Y'all would be screaming, I quit, okay, I quit. But y'all want to be overly critical about somebody risking their damn eyesight. But y'all need to cut that out, bro. Is he a quitter? I don't know. Does he have heart? I don't know. Does him quitting with bones being shattered in his eye and him not willing to continue that fight tells me that he has the character that you're describing? No. Not him or Jamel Herring, either of them. I don't look at it like that, bro. There are some instances where there's a fight where a guy can't continue. There's no really threatening injuries or something, and he just decides to quit. Malik Scott, right? Okay. But when you're talking about a real serious injury, one that can be permanent for the rest of your life, and this kid's in his early 20s, man, go smack yourselves with that, bro. Talking about quitter and the heart and all of that. Because I guarantee you, if most of you guys was in that same position, you would quit right away. Fans are going too far with some of this stuff. DSG get beat up at 154. even lesser fighters. Yeah, for sure. We don't even need to talk about the top guys, Zabo. Absolutely. Danny Garcia barely had to reach uh to use his half skills at 147. Right. Right. And then that's why I was saying, like Tony Harrison, 6'2". You look at the size and height of these guys. Man, he got no chance. Charlo. Whoa. Brennan. Charlo, blasphemy on this channel. So, Brennan Smith, I need you to restructure that question. What the hell you mean, where are they? Well, Jamel Charlo is probably heading to be 4-belt undisputed. Where the hell have you been? Where have you been, Brennan Smith? You ain't gonna be no dumping on Jamel Charlo, but Jamel Charlo getting the short end of the stick. Where have you been, Brennan Smith? Jamel Charlo should be revered in the PBC as PBC King. Jamel Charlo is doing the more than anyone in the PBC. Jamel Charlo will be seeing Brian Castano to get 4-belt undisputed. Where the hell have you been, Brendan Smith? Charlo, where are they? Charlo, where is he? You can talk that shit about Jamar Charlo, but can that shit about Jamel Charlo over here? And maybe that was a misprint when you put they in there, but you need to say he. Jamel Charlo gets no heat over here, fam. He just fought Tony Harrison and J-Rock, 2 champions back to back. What the hell is with you fans giving guys heat that's fighting 2 champions back to back? It's funny, Canelo getting heat. Now, Jamel Charlo getting heat. Now, you guys tell me who else is fighting 2 champions back to back. Who's your favorite fighter? Brendan Smith? Guarantee you he's probably not fighting 2 champions back to back. Man, y'all stop all this unnecessarily hate. I don't know where Jamar Charlo, what Jamar Charlo is doing, and I don't really give 2 shits. But Jamel Charlo, it will not be no Jamel Charlo blasphemy on this panel. That's my guy, top 5. Jamel, Canelo, Tyson Fury, Teofimo Lopez, Errol Spence. Don't come over here talking crazy about him, because I'm going to give you that work. Better be glad we ain't on stream, y'all, because I dropped that link. Tell you to click that link and come get the business, man. Don't be talking about my man Jamel Charlo. All right, I had to give my little rant. I love you, Brendan Smith. Nothing against you, bro. That's just me. You'll learn. That's D. Jeff, dog. You can't be talking about my guys without some repercussions and feedback. Planner's a guy. Lived in Nashville for a while. And met him a couple of times. Oh, cool. Boxing with Sean said, how's that Philippian struggle with Cut Steel Clayton and put in with the boots? No, yeah, check it out, Sean. I don't know if you read this. And I give Lipinets credit for this, guys. I know I fell behind again, guys. Bear with me. Damn, bro. You guys are lovely. You guys come with the comments so fast I can't keep up. But Sean, look, I will say this. And, I'm not about excuses, right? If a fighter like Lipinets, Castillo Clayton, he was supposed to win that fight. If a fighter doesn't do what he's supposed to do and then he comes back and he makes excuses after the fight, no good. But Lipinets didn't do that with Castillo Clayton, okay? No excuses made. Now, going into the Boots fight, Sean, I don't know if you know about this, but going into the Boots fight, Lipinets just came out and said he actually suffered a hamstring injury. He actually suffered a hamstring injury in the 3rd round of the fight with Castillo Clayton. So, bro, he was working on one leg. Bad hamstring injury. He said he didn't mention it or nothing and say anything that make any excuses about that. So we may not be able to fully judge Sergey Lipinets versus Castillo Clayton, which makes it even more interesting, Sean, because Castillo Clayton's actually a good boxer. He's actually a good boxer. So if Lipinets was hounded with a hamstring injury and still able to not be beaten and pull off a majority draw, what would you say about that? Which some people thought that it should have been split decision or majority decision for Lipinets. Fight was so close, I couldn't argue robbery or anything. But let that sink in, bro. If he really did have a hamstring injury, and I'm thinking he's going to do a lot better against Boots than people are giving him credit for. Tell you guys that right now. Mike from Boston in the building. What's good with your brother? What's good? make sure right quick, guys. My man, Two Hands ain't no. I don't know. Nah, he's not. He's not going on. What's up, Mike? Carlos, and that's Bonky said Carol Brook is got the worst luck. First GGG and then luck. Luck. Brrr, rewind, Bonky. Rewind. And I'm gonna start off with saying this, Bonky Key. It's not the worst luck. Kel Brook, you idiot. Like, seriously, Bonky Key. It's not luck. Kel Brook made terrible decisions in that whole fiasco. That's all Kel Brook's fault, Bonky Key. Kel Brook was told by his team, was told by advisors, was told by his fucking fans not to go up to 160 and fight GGG. That was all Kel Brook's decision, Bonky Key. Right? He was warned, he was advised and asked not to do it. That's number one. Number two, Spence was a damn mandatory. So why didn't you take your mandatory first before getting your damn eye socket broken? To go get your eye socket broken and then get the other side broken by who was your mandatory? Man, stop it. Ain't no worse luck for Kel Brook. He screwed himself in that whole situation. Go back and do the research. Don't take my word for it. That's how it played out, buddy boy. Ain't no worse luck for Kel Brook. Look, if people don't deserve a bad rap, and y'all see me defend Wilder, defend Haney, defend the worst of the worst, at least in people's perception, I'll defend anyone. I'll defend anyone for anything if they deserve it. Kel Brook deserves no defense in that situation, Bone Kiki. That son of a bitch caused that for himself. He should have never fought GGG. That's where his downfall happened. He should have never fought GGG. Should have fought Spence first and then fight GGG, you idiot. A lot of people think he would have beat Spence. Me personally, I don't, but I'm just saying, would have had a better chance. Exactly speaking mind, I watched Daniel Dubois on your YouTube live, and Dubois was aware of those dangers. Yeah, he was in. Yeah, you can't play boxing. No, not at all. Can't play this. The only decent win Crawford got is Posto. That's it. His whole career, I mean, Ricky Burns is okay. And Dongo, excuse me, guys, but as far as level of talent, Postal. No one else was anywhere close to him. Crawford fans don't mention that. How you challenging yourself and you fighting guys, no one anywhere close to you. Look, point out a double standard. Let me slide down some for a second. My bro Tony Reviews in the building. What's good? Hey, D, I had my rib broken in the first round of my 12th amateur fight. DDD is a quitter. There is no way he would have he had no risk and his eye was at risk, just like my lungs were at risk. Yeah, but Tony, what I said, Tony, too, is individuals. What I said, Tony, is you can do what you want, but I'm not going to cast judgment on a guy because Tony is tough and out of his goddamn mind. Because if you broke your ribs in the 12th, you could have killed yourself. It could have punctured a lung and you could have killed yourself. So because Tony is willing to take it there, you can't shit on another guy because he's not willing to take it there. Regardless of what you fans say, fam. You can't do that. And you cannot say his eye was at no risk when the doctor said it was, bro, of him never seeing again. You're a fighter, Tony. You're not a fucking physician. Y'all cut that out. Same thing with Jamel Herring. Fans, y'all can say whatever y'all want as fans. Ex-fighters, fans, current fighters, aspiring fighters, are still fans of the guys fighting. You're no physician. And both of their physicians said that they could have lost their freaking sight, fam, had they continued. Nah, bro. No. And Tony, you had your ribs cracked. And like I said, you probably felt that pain every time you got punched. But your eye socket is right by your head, right here on your head, right by your ears. You didn't hear bones crackling. His shit was shattered, Tony. He probably heard crackling every time he got punched by them big sandbag mitts. It's different injuries and it's a different mental. Your ribs won't is close enough to your brain to tell you to quit, Tony. That's what happened. Their eye socket close enough to his brain to tell him to quit. Victor Ramirez, what's good with you? What's good with you, fam? Chavez Jr. quit on Jacobs. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Now that's one that's unexcusable because he ain't had nothing stopping him or nothing like that. Jamel and Dubois is something different. Chavez Jr. Why, this dude is the worst, right? Let me tell you something about Chavez Jr. I'm all over the place this morning, man. We barely talked about, well, we did talk about the two fights, but say something about Chavez Jr. How the hell, talk about luck. If we want to talk about luck, how the hell does this guy keep getting rewarded, fam? He keeps getting rewarded. He quit on Jacobs. He quit with the listen, it is so crazy with Chavez Jr. because he quit twice. He gets rewarded. What is going on in boxing where this guy can keep quitting and keep getting rewarded, fam? Like, it's unbelievable to me. Go put on pumps and all of this dumb shit, which is that. But what was this guy? Medina. That was the guy. No, not Medina. Cazares. That was it. The Mexican level fighter. He quit. He quit with Daniel Jacobs. Then he went and fought Cazares, the domestic level fighter, and he quit in that fight. And then he gets a fight after that. Now they're talking about giving him a crossover fight with Anderson Silva. I'm like, bro, this is insane. And he'll probably beat Anderson Silva. Because Anderson Silva's a great UFC striker. He's older, but he's no boxer. Chavez Jr. is a quitter, but he'll probably beat Anderson Silva. But this is like reward after reward for being straight trash. Yeah, thanks, Ronald. Agree with you too, but I see you using that emoji. Iron Cole said the man Errol Spence somewhere tending horses and his favorite animals, the ducks. Oh man, Iron Cole, you came in with that. Errol Spence ain't ducking nothing, fam. He's not ducking anything. See, why do you guys feel like anyway, the ones that's going to call Errol Spence a duck, at least in this climate, in this atmosphere? If you talk about Errol Spence duck before, that's a different situation. Hold on right quick. If you talking about Errol Spence duck before or something, that's a different situation, whatever. But right now in this current climate, nobody should really be calling Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford a duck right now. Period, bro. Like, no one. Right now, man, if y'all don't understand that Al Heyman nor Bob Arum is putting those guys in the ring without full capacity fans, it's just like calling either one of those guys a duck must just make you feel good. And I'm not just coming at you, Iron Cone, because you ain't the only one saying it. But at this point in time, current situation with what's going on right now, calling Spence or Crawford a duck, it just makes you feel good as a fan. Because the reality is, Bob Arum nor Al Heyman giving y'all that fight without full capacity, fam. Y'all could clamor on and on and on about who ducked and why. That's all foolery. It's all foolery at this point. The only reason they're entertaining the Manny Pacquiao and Crawford fight because the guys in Qatar are putting up the whole damn site fee. It won't cost them anything. You see what happened with the initial Pacquiao and Crawford negotiations before Qatar stepped in. It was fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing happened out of it. So we can blame Spence. We can blame Crawford. If that makes you guys sleep well at night, that's fine. But, man, cut it out. Neither of those guys are ducking each other currently right now. You got Crawford saying, I ain't thinking about Spence no more. I ain't worried about Spence. Crawford saying in every, he's not dealing with that negotiation 60-40 and all of that. I believe a lot of that stuff Spence was being coached to say anyway, because the PBC was just ready to delay the fight. They wasn't ready for that fight to happen. Spence is going to, he's being coached to say some of this shit.
half of it didn't make sense. Is what he heard what our plans was or whatever. Just kind of speaking toward that narrative or something. But man, Al and Bob holding this fight up. I don't care what no one says. Al and Bob holding this fight. I don't know why everybody keep giving Bob Arum all these damn passes and he keep doing foolishness. But when it comes to the fighter that they want to hate on or the fighter that they want to protect, like so Bob Arum, people see all of the foolery Bob Arum doing, right? But if they hate PBC and Spence and it comes to Spencer Crawford, then Bob Arum gets no heat then. But we'll give him heat about this. But no, Spence Crawford is Spence. Come on, bro. Like, a lot of this shit need to stop, bro. Bob Arum is a huge problem in this sport. Always have been, always will be until he quits. Yeah. King Dale Clark, what's good? Yeah. Anybody help King Dale out with that situation? I talked to him about it last night. Brooke is what do you say? Brooke is a complete dummy for taking that GGG fight. Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, he was dumb for taking that fight. Let me slide down and try to catch up again. Two hands in the building. What's up, dog? We going in? You're not going in this morning? I was on here looking like 3 or 4 times, bro. And I'm like, what's up? What's up? Well, anyway, just call me whenever. I'm getting ready to shut this down in a minute. Anyway, guys, we over the hour mark. I'm not doing 4 hours again today. I tell you that. Tony reviews bugging comparing the eye socket. Yeah, bro. Again, like they did quit. I'm not saying that they didn't quit, but it's one of these situations where they quit in that fight, and I'm not holding it against them. That's like people saw he quit. Nah, bro. You can say he quit, and that's valid. But then when you start saying what it means, what him quitting means, that's where the disconnect. I'm not going to defend the fact that he quit. He quit on the fight. He was looking up at the ref. He could have stood up, so he quit. That's valid. Now, what Tony says is he's a quitter. You don't know that. You can't assess that. You don't know that. Yeah, he quit in that fight. That doesn't make him a quitter, bro. Period. You know? You don't get convicted as making a mistake or making a decision once is not a lifelong conviction. Let's put it that way. Right? And like Tony reviews and everybody else to take that stance. I guarantee you they got a brother, sister, cousin, or something who was either a criminal, a crackhead, or a liar, a thief, or something. And they on the straight and narrow now. And you go tell them that their family member is still a criminal, a crackhead, a liar, a thief. Then they'll get, no, that used to happen before, but people change, and now all the benefit of the doubt comes. Daniel Dubois has his damn orbital socket cracked up, broken, shrouded up, and, he decides not to get up. Now he's, deemed a quitter for the rest of his life. Get the fuck out of here. Boxing fans are so overly critical and then just delusional altogether, bro. Like, and hypocritical as fuck, because I can guarantee you, most of them were in these same situations. They would quit long before any of these fighters. So, like, bro, I don't, it is what it is. Have your own assessment on the fighters. I'm not looking at Daniel Dubois and Jamel Herring as quitters. They quit in those fights, but I say it was a reasonable situation where I'm not holding it against them that they quit in those fights, and I'm not going to condemn them for being quitters the rest of their career. That's, to me, is just ridiculous. Because of why they quit, they had the possibility of losing their sight. His father is a national treasure at home, and they will tolerate him for that reason. Who is that, Two Hands? I'm behind. I'm not, no reward. He's a loyal fan base. What y'all talking about? Gabe Lopez in the building. What's good? That's why I don't need to be so far behind. But Heyman is working with everyone. Yeah, right. Sean, you got to be telling the joke, right? Being sarcastic, right? Heyman working with everyone, and pigs fly. Heyman is a disgrace. Heyman is not a disgrace. Heyman's not a disgrace. He's a smart man. The sport of boxing is a disgrace. And if you blame everything going on in the sport of boxing on Heyman, you crazy. Heyman is no more of the disgrace. If he's a disgrace, he's no more of a disgrace than Al or Oscar or Mauricio Suleiman. or Paco. Let's be real. The shit we deal with in boxing, guys. It don't come from one place, one sanctioning body, one. They all got their hands in their dirty hands in it. How much more of an idiot is Al Haymon than Suleiman? Keep it a buck. Can you keep it a buck? How much more of a problem is Al Haymon than Suleiman? Keep it a buck. You can't point the finger at no one person. Yeah, he's a piece of shit on a lot of situations, but so are a lot of them. So are a lot of them. Al Haymon is a $1 version of Don King. That's funny. That's funny. Two Hands said, Ronald, salute. Don King is a good promoter. Don King was, yeah, he was. He was. I just kind of analyzed that. He actually was. He was a shicey snake, motherfucker, when it come to what he would do concerning these guys' money. But promotional wise, yeah, he was. Bob Arum, promoter. Floyd for Tank Davis. Promotional wise, excellent. Some of the other things they do, not so much. But Ronald, whoa, Ronald, what you doing, dog? What you doing? No, Ronald, no, he's all right. He's all right. But yeah, I get you. I get it, Ronald, because he did put us through that last night. Kingsdale Clark. Let me tell you why, Ronald. Let me handle this right quick, guys. Kingsdale Clark, I'm cool with it, but Ronald timed you out. He had every reason to time you out, bro. We here to talk boxing, and no disrespect to you and your personal situation, but I entertained that yesterday, and we talked to you about that for about a good 15, 20 minutes. But this is a boxing channel, fam. So my brother Ronald timed you out because that's the rule here. You come here and you talking about people's feet or somebody's mother or somebody being a racist or anything else, and you ain't talking boxing, then you get timed out. This is a boxing channel. So if you can add to the conversation of boxing, have at it. But if you want to keep talking about relationships and everything else, then if one of my mods time you out, that's why you being timed out, fam. Let's talk boxing over here. We ain't talking relationships. We talking boxing. So I can't even get on Ronald for that because that's what we do here, bro. I don't want all of these fucking obscure, weird ass conversations over here. It's a boxing channel. Like this say I ain't Dr. Phil or fucking Dr. Ruth either. Like, come on, bro. Let's talk boxing. So that's what it is. Kingsdale Clark. You gotta talk boxing here, bro, not relationships. Yeah. He all right. He's not really on any fuckery, Ronald. He was here last night. No, Ronald, no, you got the wrong idea of this. Actually, he was here last night and we talked to him about it, right? And here's the situation, because Ronald, you taking the wrong idea. I don't mind you timing him out because he talking everything but boxing, so that's cool. But you kind of going in on him and it's unwarranted because his friends, it's not him, his friends. He's interested in this Nigerian woman. He's an Englishman. He's English from England, and he's talking to a Nigerian woman. His base of guys that they're discriminative. They don't believe that he should be dealing with a Nigerian woman, and he's basically like F them because he wants to deal with the woman. So why you going in on him, Ron? I don't even know. Like I don't get it. I don't know, Ron, but it could have been in response to something you said. I'm looking at you now, like going in on him. I don't know if you understood his plight. Then you timed him out. So, like, bro, fuck all of that, bro. That's why I don't like nobody talking about nothing that's not boxing. So we don't have these silly ass back and forths, and then it's a beef and all of that. Ron, I don't like that shit. Fuck all of that shit, fam. That's why I want boxing talking here, not motherfuckers going at each other's neck about this and that. It's petty shit, bro. All of that shit is petty. Let's get back to boxing. Right, really fuck all of that. And as far as you go, Kingsdale Clark, no more of that relationship talk over here, fam. Let's talk about fighting, fisticuffs. Fuck the relationships. Now let's get back at it. Man, a lot of these dudes won't admit they took houses and cars and shit. Yeah, exactly. Two hands. That's something else. We talk about all of the dirt and stuff, but look, Don King was crooked as a question mark, no doubt. But if you take something, you're gonna pay back for it. And that's basically what it was. Like the damn 360 deals in the music industry. These guys, they go out, they're buying the Jews, whining and dining, partying, and all of that. And then they sell that first album. Yeah, I'm about to get 15 million. No, you're not. You're about to get 167,000. What you mean? Oh, you spent all of that money the first 2 years. Remember the hotel? You spend that shit, you get that shit. Oh, it's coming back. And just like Two Hands said, they ain't say nothing. They don't know about all of the cars and houses and payoffs of parents' bills and all of this stuff these guys took. And then when it was time to pay back, Don was made to be the bad guy. Now, there is a flip side to that too, because I don't think Mike Tyson ran up 200 million either. Two Hands, you know what I'm saying? So Don was still a piece of shit too, you know, because I don't think Tyson ran up $300 million, right? So, but yeah. Oh yeah, see, he just said that. Not saying the King is a saint, but these fighters aren't. Yeah, right. So King had his issues and he was dirt in some situations, but yeah, Two Hands right. A lot of these fighters, man, don't mention their part. Dr. Phil and Dr. Ruth. Yeah, yeah, for real, man. We can't clear the Kangaroo Jack. What's good with you, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute. We back, baby. What's up? What's up? He said, do you think the Fury fight will happen? Let's kick it about that a little bit, man. Let me slide down. Make sure anybody else jump in. Sneezy Foster, what's good, Iceman? All right. I'm not changing my stance on this, fam. June or July, we get this fight. You know, a lot of these situations, they drop it so we could talk about it. And I was on D Style last night, and they were talking about it. I went to a couple of lives. I just kind of went around visiting people last night, and every fucking channel was talking about it. It was kind of weird. I was like, wow, every channel's talking about it. You know, um, I'm hearing a lot of negativity concerning it. You know, people putting heat on Eddie Hearn and no, Ronald, I ain't coming down on you. I know he might have said something to you. I just don't want either of y'all going back and forth, bro. I don't really, you know what I mean? I'm not coming at you though, Ron. It's all good. But they're putting heat on Eddie Hearn, saying we need the announcement. I hear people putting heat on Tyson Fury, saying he's getting ready to do something crazy. I hear people putting heat on Anthony Joshua, saying he just need to do this. Listen, man, I don't even really want to have a live or anything on it, so I'll touch on this right now. I don't see anything telling me this fight is not going to happen. I hear a lot of people talking, and I hear all of those reasonings that they're giving that this fight won't happen. But here's my thing. None of the reasonings that I'm hearing why this fight won't happen caps out $500 million, $500 million. None of these stupid ass reasonings I'm hearing caps out. It doesn't. Listen, go around and listen to the things people are saying. Oh, well, I don't think this fight is going to happen because Eddie Hearn and them, how they going to find a place to. Bro, none of this shit caps $500 million. Sanctioning bodies getting their 3% cut off of $100 million, $200 million. Eddie Hearn, top rank, Queensberry getting their cut off of $100 million. The goddamn fighters getting paid $100 million. These sanctioning bodies, management teams, promotional outfits, they don't get a set fee. They get a damn percentage. We're talking about percentages of $500 million. So with all of this stuff that I'm hearing about why this fight so-called won't happen, all of the things I'm hearing about why this fight so-called will not happen, which of these reasonings cap $500 million? Because when somebody can tell me this, somebody can tell me which of these nonsensical reasons cap $500 million, which says, yeah, they ain't going to do that. They'll give up $500 million for that. Because none of the bullshit I'm hearing says, yeah, they're going to give up $500 million for that. Period. Fury dipped and ducked on the Deontay Wilder fight. Let me get on my guy Fury, because I just seen somebody say something about it. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me find this comment. All right, yeah, Kingsdown, you're probably gonna get booted from this this community soon, bro. I'm just giving you a fair warning. When somebody kick you off this out of the community, I mean, whatever, bro. You can go somewhere else. I ain't gonna have no sympathy for you. You want sympathy? Look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis, but you ain't gonna get no sympathy from me, bro. Cause good luck to you, fam. But don't nobody in here give a shit about Betty, fam. I'm sorry, Betty is who you care about. We don't really give two shits about Betty. So, bro, you better start talking about Tyson Fury or Teofimo Lopez. Somebody boot you from this channel. Say la vie. All right. So there it is. There it is. Damn, I just lost it again. Messing with Betty and okay, there we go. It's typical Fury theatrics. Right. Right. That's what I was looking for. It kept bouncing around. That's all it is, bro. That's all it is. Fury does these things. But if you got Tyson Fury dumped the Deontay Wilder fight to do what? Sign a 5-fight deal for $80 million. So he said, fuck that. He didn't care about being called the duck. Yeah, he ducked Wilder, but he ducked him to go get that bread. $80 million. Are you guys insane? That was for a 5-fight deal. You really think that he's gonna dump $100 million one fight, $100 million? Y'all really believe that? Man, that's crazy. It's like the Wilder retirement, bro. Everybody talking about Wilder retire. Like one of the guy Troy Graham. He just convinced Wilder's retired. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with these idiots? My thing with the Wilder retirement is you take a year and some change out of because they talk about, well, he ain't been fighting, he ain't been doing nothing. Okay, well, let's not be idiots about it. Let's take a year and like a month and attribute that to what? The fucking pandemic. This is why he and Fury went to arbitration and mediation. It got kicked back 3 times because they couldn't find a venue because of the pandemic. The pandemic is what originally delayed this fight. Neither network could come up with any ideas. Neither network wanted to entertain this fight without fans, right? And then that got delayed. So the first year and something of Wilder not fighting is because of everybody else's lack of activity. The damn pandemic. Now let's look at the other 9 months or so, or 7 months or whatever. You got the arbitration. Make a long story short, Wilder's time off don't mean he's retired. So you idiots who saying that. Number two, my number 2 thing with this is I've not heard a goddamn thing from Wilder or anyone around him surrounding his team even mentioning retirement. Usually the team or the guy himself flirts with retirement. They say things out of their mouth that make you think that they're leaning toward retirement. You've got none of this from Wilder or anyone on this team. It's idiots out there saying that he's retired. Idiots out there claiming they know he's retired because that's it, fam. This fight, we get this fight, Fury Joshua, in June or July. I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced of it. You guys know how it gets when I'm convinced of certain things. Remember, Ryan Garcia will be fighting Javier Fortuna. Devin Haney probably end up fighting Linares. He's going to duck Devin Haney. He ain't going to take Manny Pacquiao or Tank. Who's the only one saying that shit back then? I was on a man on the island. I wish any of these channels would come out and try to say, oh, I was saying that. No, they weren't. No one was saying none of that. Not about Javier Fortuna. Not about Haney fighting Linares. None of that. They was all Pacquiao crazy. Tank Davis crazy. They was believing the hype. I was like, man, y'all fucking crazy. And the receipts is on the channel 2.5, almost 3 months ago. Hoax. Ryan Garcia, it's a hoax. 52 fake out. Fugazi special. Ryan Garcia is going to end up backdoor Devin Haney fight Javier Fortuna, and Devin Haney will end up fighting Linares. They'll fight mandatory. Oh, D, you crazy. Why would they do that? You hating on Ryan Garcia. Well, what's happening right now? What's happening? The you got situation, called it out. Bro, a lot of this shit is right in your face. Are you willing to accept the truth? Or do you want to hate and go on these narratives and just start, oh, this guy's an idiot, that guy's an idiot? It's all about what you want to accept, bro. I've not mentioned a goddamn thing. I've not made no videos or popped no lives about Terrence Crawford and the Manny Pacquiao situation that had words to it. I put a video up that had no words. It's just some articles, music in the background, and a question. Will we get this fight? Because I wanted people to think. Every fucking article I could find concerning Pacquiao and Crawford at the time, nothing was confirmed. They weren't in negotiations. They were just merely into talks, and everybody has gone ape shit. I initially thought when they came back to talks for the second time that they will not fight Terrence Crawford and Manny Pacquiao. It's intriguing to me because of the whole Qatar situation out in the Middle East, right? I still have my doubts and reservations that they will still fight. Surprise, surprise, guys. I think it might be Keith Thurman out in Qatar or something. I don't know. Can't be Sean Porter. He has a COVID situation. I don't think he's going to fight Manny Pacquiao. I don't care what Bo Mack says. But I haven't really talked too much about it because we don't have enough information to assess that. I can't even come up with an idea. I was digging around, but I can't even come up with an idea. Only thing I could come up with, they're not going to fight him. Pacquiao and his team, I don't know. We'll see. Y'all talking about that. All right, bro. Look, yeah, I got to do this. Hold on. I don't even know. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know why y'all left him in there so fucking long, dog. That type of shit. All of you with wrenches, see, I removed like 70 something wrenches. I'm gonna take the rest of y'all fucking wrenches. Ronald, don't fucking argue with him. Kick him out next time. I mean, you did the right thing by putting him on timeout. Don't sit there and go back and forth with him. Kick the motherfucker out, bro. He was more interested in arguing about Betty than talking about boxing. That's the kind of foolishness I don't want in here, Ronald. What did you say? Boxing world, worldwide. I'm coming at you now, Ronald, because you got the wrench. Like people are here giving me grief. D, why you take my wrench? Why you take my wrench? And I don't give a shit about the wrenches. I love all you guys with or without a wrench. None, no different. It don't mean you my friend or you not my friend. I gave out all of those fucking wrenches because people were timing people out for no reasons. Now it's reasons to time a motherfucker out, boot him off the channel. This guy Kingsdale Clark. And y'all sitting there letting them disrupt the fucking chat. But most of y'all were complaining and bitching when the chat was getting disrupted by Johnny Boy and MXBC. Man, we can't even talk boxing, D. It's toxic in the chat. Now y'all sitting here going back and forth with this idiot. So that's why when y'all see more wrenches removed, it's because it will be things like this. I'm sitting here and I'm watching somebody not using the wrench for what it's for. I don't want you guys with the wrenches arguing with these motherfuckers. Kick them out, fam. That dude won't argue with you about boxing. If he arguing with you about boxing, fine. Go at it. Have at it. But if he arguing with you about a goddamn Betty, the hell with Betty, bro. We don't know you or Betty. Get the hell out of here with that. Keisha Alexander, what's good with you, fam? Joe Joy's purchase might take an hour to get there, but Joe Joy's purchase might take an hour to get there. Hey, man, Slow Joe is the man, bro. Slow Joe gonna stop Alexander Usyk. How about that? Slow Joe. It's Betty from the TV. Yeah, that Betty shit is over with, bro. Betty's gone. The Clark and Betty. Y'all go fucking, fuck all that. Yeah, corny 80s UK film. Oh, okay. We had 70 more wrenches, yet nobody used it. Yeah. Well, I took away 70 pigeons. It's not a lot of wrenches at them. So I'm saying we got wrenches in here. And ain't nobody kicked that motherfucker out. He talking about some damn Betty. from Nigeria. And man, nobody cares about. I don't want to hear that, bro. I'm telling y'all guys now, I see that shit in my chat. They getting the fucking boot. I'm changing this whole. I'm changing this whole aura here, bro. We talking boxing over here, and if I see Wrenches not doing it, they gonna get it from me. Hey, this dude came in on another account. You gotta be kidding me. He had nothing against me. I don't give a fuck what you got against me, dude. Yeah, I'm glad this dude's gone. If y'all see anything, like put him out of here, fam. Yeah, he really don't know me. I don't give a shit if anybody think I got something against him. I don't got something against. What I always say, I don't give a damn. Man, that dude done bumped his head and lost his mind. You know, he just told me it's almost time for you to get off of here, DJ. This is at the hour and a half mark. Oh boy, a lot of stuff, Martin Ramos, a lot of stuff happened. We had to dismiss Betty off the live and everything. Oh my God, look, Martin Ramos, I took your wrench. What did I do? You didn't do nothing, Martin. You didn't do nothing. I just removed a lot of those wrenches. The wrench means nothing, Martin. I love you. I love you guys all. Anyway, man, I'm getting ready to get out of here, fam. 1:30, guys. Y'all know 1 or 1:30, depending. I gotta do some stuff. 1 or 1:30 show. Hell, I'm still in my robe. I ain't even get up and I just came to kick with y'all. But yeah, man, we'll probably talk a little more about some of this, some of the same talk. I just have an open boxing talk, like pre-fight. What's the day? Friday. We'll do the pre-fight live this afternoon. It's kind of be open boxing talk more about the fights we're gonna have tomorrow. Fire cards tomorrow. Got fire day tomorrow. I mean a fire day of boxing tomorrow. Uh, you know. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Two hands on. He said I'm downsizing a lot of my moderators too. Yeah, for sure. Don't mean nothing, guys. If y'all come here and you ain't got no wrench, I love you. I love you the same. It doesn't mean anything. Really, it doesn't. But if you got the motherfucking wrench, use them. Use them, because I can unhide people. So even if you hide them and I feel like it was unwarranted, that's cool, because I can put them back in. You got a wrench, use it for the right thing, though. Don't be timing people out or hiding them because you don't fucking like them, because then I'm going to take your fucking wrench. But if they doing what Derek Clark did, talking about Betty and shit, and they not talking boxing, they ain't here to start a silly argument or talk about, kick them the fuck out. Don't time them out, kick them out. I don't want them on the channel. If anybody come in here with these races trying to push this race shit, spark up a race bait or a race argument, kick them out immediately. Other than that, let everybody talk. They come in here talking boxing. If they say D Jumper, you a dumb fuck, you don't know shit about boxing, let all of that ride. As long as it's about boxing, they could disagree with me. They could say whatever they want about me. Let all of that ride. I don't want nobody coming in this chat messing with chat members, people that's on the panel, or just not talking boxing, or coming in sparking up some race shit. That's why I end up putting ball hype backstage all the time, because you're not going to spark a racial conversation on my platform. We're not doing this. We're talking boxing, baby. 1 o'clock, 1:30. Two hands. I'm getting ready to hit you up. Salute to you, G-Man. Everybody, appreciate y'all coming through. Y'all know how I always end this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.